Howdy. In this video, I'm going to take a quick tour of the required materials for the course and show you some of the ways you can go about getting those and getting yourself all prepared to be ready for the first day. If you've already got access to the textbook and the OWL homework system and the REEF polling app and have those things attached to our class, then you're good to go and there shouldn't be anything new for you in this video, okay? So first, let's take a quick look at what exactly you need to have. So first up, there is a textbook for the course, and that's the cover of most physical editions looks like what's there. If you have the electronic version, you should have that image somewhere associated with it when you go into there. Full disclosure, if you look down there in the corner, it says Brown Home. I'm Brown. I did, in fact, write a significant part of that textbook. So I'm quite familiar with what's in there. You can get this book in a variety of ways, and I've sent out information about this a couple times over the course of the last few weeks. So if you've already got that taken care of, then that's great. There are actual physical books, traditional hardcover textbooks available. Almost no one buys those nowadays, I will confess. There is an ebook option, and you can get that ebook option with or without a paper copy, which comes as a 3-hole punched loose leaf version. So you can take that and slap it in a binder. A lot of students seem to have liked those the last few years because you can kind of take out a chapter that we're in and carry it around with you or something like that. And some people just don't like reading large amounts of stuff on a screen. So if that's you, then you might want to look for one of the options that will get you that paper copy. Okay. No matter how you get the textbook, it's also important that you get something that includes a subscription to the Cengage homework system, which is, as it says here, this OWL v2. Okay, you'll have problem sets assigned in there. Those will be due mostly weekly, and there's points allocated to those in the syllabus, and so you're going to want to make sure that you're able to do those problems and make sure that you're showing up in our actual course. Okay. If you have or have access to an older edition of the textbook, that's fine as far as the textbook itself goes. There's no dramatic changes of what's in what chapters or anything like that. The bad news is you will still need access to the OWL homework system, and I'm not aware of there being a way to get access to the OWL homework system and have that cost any less than buying the bundle that has the ebook with it. Okay, so you're likely to end up with the ebook, even if you do have an older physical book of one of the earlier editions, I'm afraid. That just has to do with the fact that we've been able to negotiate some special deals with the publisher, but we can't quite get everything that, all the choices that you might like. Okay, in a moment, I'll go to a website and look at some ways you can get access to the textbook and to OWL. The other thing that you will need is access to what is called REEF polling. And for most of you, that's probably going to just be an app on your phone. Okay. There also is a way to get an account and have a web version of this. We're going to be using this in place of, in traditional face-to-face classes. I've, for a lot of years now, been using the physical clicker, the remote where you push a button and answer questions. So we do some live feedback in class. These are a couple screenshots. The one on the left says it's a biology class. The one on the right looks like maybe it's an organic chemistry class, or maybe it's from the biology class too, because there's, yeah, that molecule could be in a biology class, I suppose. And we'll use that in our live class sessions, okay? There's details in the syllabus about how points are allocated for that. I'm not going to go into that part right now. If you want more information about that, you can go to iClicker.com, and I'm going to go there in a second. There's both iOS and Android versions of the phone app, and you can get those in the App Store or the Google Play. Our class, when you go to set this up, and I'll show us this in a moment if things go well, has the name that's listed there, Chem 107 Brown-Fall 2020. Notice there is no space between the Chem and the 107. I've gotten a question or two from students about that who searched for Chem space 107, and then other people's classes come up, but mine does not, okay? So Chem 107, all as one word, and as long as you're in our university and you type in that, you should be able to see me on the list that you get at that point, okay? All right, let's see, we're going to leave here. And we're going to do a different place to go. Let's go. All right, this is the web pages that I was actually looking for. Sorry about that. So if you go to this is a TA Bookstore page where I've gone in and I've searched for our class. And so if you were starting here, you could do find textbooks. When you do this, you can type in here, but eventually you have to actually pick it from the list, okay? And then I'm going to choose 107. Our section is 508, so I'm going to pick that. That's the only course I'm looking for, so I'm going to click that, and it'll take me back to where I was when we came here. So in here, you'll see several choices. Number one word of advice is don't buy them all. That would be crazy, because several of them are redundant with one another, okay? On the top here, there is one which is an electronic bundle, which says it's got a $60 price if it's totally electronic. That might be, I think, the lowest priced version I've seen for things, and that, I believe, should get you access to the ebook and to OWL, which would be the things that you need there, okay? That is, I think, going to be a something 1 semester or 6 month or something like that subscription to those. Other ways you can get the materials down here on the bottom, there is one which says mostly the same stuff as on top, but it has that LL there. That stands for loose leaf. So that one comes with this 3-hole punched paper copy, and that's another option. That one here is, what, $77.35. I'll show you another page in a second where you could get that one for $75, which is a little bit better, but probably not enough to matter, okay? This one is the REEF polling app. There's no really great reason to be buying that from a bookstore, honestly, because you can buy it just through the App Store for your device and not have to go to the bookstore. But if the bookstore makes you happy, you can do that. And then more of the confusion comes here, because there are also 2 choices here that say Cengage Unlimited on them, okay? Cengage Unlimited is a bundled package that the publisher, Cengage is the publisher of the textbook, and they have this option which says you pay them an amount of money for either 1 semester, so the top one here, which costs less, that one is for 1 semester, it says it's about $120. The one underneath it says it's about $180, but that one is for a year or for 2 semesters, okay? And so those might be attractive to you, okay? And there's a link I'll put up in a bit, and I've sent out an email to most of you, one that has what's supposed to be a list of all the courses at A&M that use Cengage materials. If you have another course that uses a Cengage textbook and you buy that Cengage Unlimited subscription, then you'll have access to your electronic resources, not only for our course, for Chem 107, but also for those other courses. Most of you may be in that situation because among the courses that are on the list are Math 151 and 152, and the vast majority of you are likely to be in one or the other of those courses if you're like the groups that are usually in my class for 107 in the fall semester. Okay, so those are ways you can do that. This one is a site which we set up, and I'll show you the URL for this in a moment. This has got information about all of the first year chemistry courses, what we refer to here as the first year program, or FYP. If you see that abbreviation, that's what that stands for. Over here on the right is one that says Chem 107 and Chem 117, where 117 is the lab. If I click on that, I will come to a place to choose a section. I'm going to choose my section. And here there are a variety of things. There's a link to the iClicker website, which would show you how to get your REEF polling things. There's some things, the Hayden McNeil part, that's for lab, okay? As is the notebook part down here, and your lab folks will give you information about those. I'm gonna click on the Cengage one right now. And here I get to another page. I'm going to again click find my section down here. There's 2 buttons here. One says purchase, and if I go to that, it's going to show me It's going to take its time, but then it's going to show me for $75, this is a bundle that includes the loose leaf version and the ebook and the OWL access for 6 months. Okay, so that's basically the same package as was $77 or something like that on the website a moment ago. Okay, the other button that is here, besides that one, is the one that says register. Okay, that register button is what you're going to do to get yourself actually attached to our course. So if, for example, you buy the Cengage Unlimited subscription, once you've done that, you can log in and it just welcomes you in, but it doesn't yet know that you're in this course. Okay, to do that, if you've already set up a Cengage Unlimited account, then the easiest way to get yourself into our course is to come down here and click the button that says register. This also applies if you've bought the bundle and then have yourself an account, okay? I'm not gonna log into here because if I log into here, it's gonna show me a bunch of stuff that you don't actually have because I don't have a student account, okay? But if you come there and say register, it's gonna give you two choices, I believe. One of them says something like new user and you would make an account. If you've already made a Cengage account and bought Cengage Unlimited, you're gonna log in with your information. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to come to a screen and it's going to ask you to type in your student ID. What it wants there is your UIN. That's the 9-digit number that has 2 zeros in the center of it. Okay. If you put that in there and get past that page, then when you go to your screen in Cengage Unlimited, it'll show you that you're in this course. And that's where you'll find your problem sets once those are available and so on. Okay, so that's a little bit about that. I'm sorry that I can't show you the exact process because I've already got a Cengage account, but if I go in there, it's going to bring up a bunch of instructor resources and it's not going to look anything like what yours would, okay? I also have a tab over here which has the iClicker website open, where here, if I went in here and I picked products for students, I can come down. The one you're mainly going to want is going to be the app, I suspect, for most of you. The other part over here, remotes, that's the actual physical clicker. We can't use those in this case because those transmit over RF frequencies and the range of transmission for those is about the size of a large auditorium. They work in our really big classrooms, but they don't work much farther than that. So with me in my house and you in whatever places you are, there's no way that a base station here would be receiving a signal from your clickers. And so the physical clicker will not work for us, okay? There's links here to get you to the app stores. There's one that says learn more, which is where I swiped that picture that was in the other thing, okay? Now, let's see if I can make this part work. Stop that screen share. We're going to come over here and we're going to do this. I'm going to attempt to put my phone screen on here for a second just to show you. Let's see, that says I have to do that. I do that. I do that. Okay, so now this is my phone looking at us right now, and we can see that it's got login information there. And so I'm going to go ahead and sign myself into the iClicker REEF app. Okay, and if you sign in here for the first time, it's going to look just like this. It's going to say you don't have any courses. Okay, what you're going to do there is you're going to click this plus button. Oh, I can't click it on there. I'm being foolish. I have to tap it on my phone. Okay, because I logged in with a Texas A&M University email, it has cleverly suggested that Texas A&M University should be my school. So I'm going to click that, and then it just wants us to search. So I'm going to find my course, and I'm going to type in CHEM Chem 107 with no space in it. And when I do that, you'll see that right now there is a choice on there, and that is our course, okay? So if you click that there, you'll have a choice to say add this course. And if you add this course, then you will then be set up to answer questions when we ask them in class. If you do that, when you look in the class and look in your account, it's going to tell you that you have already missed a couple of polls. Please, please, please ignore that. Those are just me playing around and making sure the course is set up. And so I did those, they're already in the past. so they're a week or two or more before the semester starts. They're not real. You can tell that I made the class. I guess it says there on July 17th. So I was actually kind of early getting started on this time. But that would get you set up to be ready to answer the questions, okay? And if you've done that, then you'll be all set to go for that. All right, so let's go one more time back over here, and then I'm going to show you. These are just some addresses, and so you can pause this and get any of these if you want. The one on top is the website where we had that $75 bundle. That also has some information about lab materials, and so you can look there if you like for information about that. Note under there, in order to get that to work, you have to be signed into your TAMU Gmail account, right? Meaning signed in with your email address as your net ID at tamu.edu. If you're signed into a different Google account, then it will tell you that the site can't be found because it'll be looking in a different place. And so there's an authentication for that. If you haven't already set it up, when you go and sign into there, it's going to make you get the Duo two-factor authentication thing. And so you can download that app onto your phone and use that to approve yourself to log in. I actually like the fact that it also works on the Apple Watch. And so I can log in by clicking on my wrist too. The next address down there is one, this one here is one that says Cengage.com, course pages, etc. That one has a list that the Cengage folks tell me shows all the courses at A&M that are using Cengage materials. So that's a resource for you if you're looking to decide if the Cengage Unlimited is a good deal for you, okay? If you decide that it is, meaning typically if you have more than one course that's going to use a Cengage textbook, that's likely your least cost version then. Then you have to decide between one semester or a year. That part is really hard to predict, okay? If you're in Math 151 right now, then you can safely assume that Math 152 will still be using the same textbook, I believe, in the spring. Our course is just a one semester class, and so unless things go very badly, you won't be in Chem 107 again, so I can't tell you that you could use it again there. Lastly, the iClicker website is just iClicker.com. You can also get that app just by going to the App Store for your iPhone, or gosh, I don't know how to spell Google. Google Play, not Goggle Play would be a better thing for that to say down there on the bottom of the screen. Okay. All right, that's just a quick bit of some additional information about how to get and register your materials for course. Ideally, it's best if you get everything set up so that you've got, if you've got an ebook, you have access to your ebook and you're in our course so you can see the problem assignments when those appear, and that you're registered in the REEF polling app. If you can get all that done before our first class meeting on Wednesday, that would be terrific, okay? Thanks a lot.